Hi everybody, welcome to the contemporary media setup for worship in the FLC. First, we're going to head over to this light box. We will leave the window row of lights off, but we will turn on the other 4 switches. These are going to turn on our overhead lights so that we can control the light control box in the back. Now we're going to head over to the media desk and we're going to set up our computer. The very first thing we want to do is flip this red switch, and that is going to power up the main computer and the camera switcher. Then we're going to go over to our computer and click the power button on there. Next, we're going to hop over to the power strip and make sure that the red switch is turned on. It should already be on, but if it's not, that needs to be on for our computer to start up properly. Then on the control panel, we need to flip down the switch for the reverse projector screen. Once the projector screen is all the way down, you can level this switch out to the neutral position, and then we're going to find our audio jack. So once you find that audio jack, plug that into the on-off control. And then we're going to find our lighting control cord, and we're going to plug that into the lighting control section. Now we're going to head over to our lighting board, and here we can control all of our lights. So you're going to flip on the switch on the back, and then once that little screen comes on, you can control the lighting. We already have our main overhead lights turned on, so we're just going to wake them up by pulling them all the way down and back up. And you can start setting up the rest of the lights for service. There's really no right way to do it, but this is kind of the arrangement that I like to do. That side light is really helpful if we have a baptism or something going on, but it's optional, and they should all be pretty clearly labeled. But like I said, this is just kind of the arrangement that I like to go with personally. You can pause and try to mimic that if you would like. Now I'm going to go over to our soundboard. So you'll notice that it's plugged in but still turned off. So we're going to head into this backstage room and turn on the sound tower. It's just going to be this little white switch. So flip that on, and then the little green light comes on, and you'll know that it's beginning to power up. And then you can head back to the soundboard and start setting up the audio controls as needed for service. Next, we're going to turn on our projector screen. So this bigger remote is going to control our main projector. It's the Panasonic one. And we're just going to click the power button, aiming it at the lower projector here. And when the green light underneath on the right side turns on, you'll know that that one's powering up. And then we're going to go back to our little remote box here, and we're going to pull out this remote for the reverse projector. And for that one, you're going to do the same thing. Press the power button once or twice to wake it up. And when you see the light bulb turning on in the projector, it's ready to go. Next, we're going to turn on our side projectors. So they're going to be this little rectangle remote, and we're going to use this door, but it's locked currently. So I'm going to go around through the stage to get there. While I'm going around, I'm going to stop and turn on these stage lights. That one turns on the fluorescent lights, and the other 2 rows of lights you can leave on during service. So now we're going to head back to this back room and go down these stairs. And I find that at the bottom of the stairs is the best place to stand in order to turn on this projector. So we're just going to point it at the projector and click on the power button once or twice to get it waking up. And just wait until you see the light bulb coming on. And once you can see that the light is coming on in there, you're good to go. And then we'll head back to the media desk. Now back at the computer, we're going to open up all the programs that we need for service. The password to get into the computer is Grace123 with a capital G in Grace. And then we're going to wait for that to load. It'll take some time, and then we're going to click this ATEM software control icon and open up that application. Once this window opens, you'll hit File and then Restore. Now for this, you're just going to use this bottom option. It should be the most recent one. And when you click on it, it'll come up with this gray panel. You're gonna click restore in that bottom right corner there, and it will turn on our third monitor back here. Now we can open up ProPresenter, and ProPresenter is going to be where our slideshow for service is. So you'll click that little orange application, and ProPresenter takes a really long time to open up. So don't panic if it seems like it's taking several minutes to open. In the meantime, we're gonna get our reverse screen set up. So we're gonna find this skinny Apple remote control, and we are just gonna click that main select button to wake it up, and you'll see that the screen kind of pops up, and then we're gonna aim at the box sitting on the clipboard there, and you'll just swipe down on the circle pad and then over to the stage application. I tried to zoom in a little bit there so you can see better, but we're gonna click on that and it'll open up the stage app. And then we have to wait for ProPresenter to open in order to finish setting that up. Now that ProPresenter is open, we're gonna go back to the Stage app here, and you can just click on where it says FLC Dell, and then we don't have a password for it, so you'll just swipe all the way down to Done and click on Done, and then that will be all set up for service. Now we're gonna go and find our playlist for this service. So that will usually be titled as the date for the service that you're looking for. So I'm on October 15th here. And then we're gonna click on one of the options on the left side. So I just chose the announcement loop, and then I'm gonna click on the first slide so that we know that everything is working and you can see it over on our screen. Right now the curtain's closed, but you can get the idea. And now I'm gonna show you, if you click on a song here on the right side, and then we'll click on one of the lyric slides, and you can see on our reverse screen there that that is set up the way it should be. The lyrics are showing up, so that is all ready to go. Now we're gonna pop over to our camera setup, so you can see that the switcher board is already lit up, so that's ready to go. First, we're gonna grab our cameras. The first one we're gonna grab is this one, and it will just go on the tripod that's sitting right in front of us. Jiggle it a little bit to get it on there, and then pull out this little display screen, and you can open the lens, and then we're gonna grab the battery out of the battery charger. You'll take that and you'll stick it in the back of the camera, and then push it down so it'll click in place. And then we're gonna flip on the power switch, and this little light will come on to indicate that it's working. We're gonna take our HDMI cord, it's this blue and black one, plug that into the HDMI port, and then this camera should be all ready to go for service. And you'll notice that it shows up over here on our computer monitor as well. Next, we're gonna grab this other camera and we're gonna take it over to the tripod that is over by our little prayer corner at the moment. This is just going to click in there. I needed 2 hands to do it, so we're gonna watch a little jump here, but once you get it in there, we're gonna take this tripod and we will move it. So it'll be over in this spot here, so it's out of the way, but can still give us a good shot for service. Now I'm gonna go get our battery, so that is over here on the charger. It will be the one that has the prongs, and then I'm gonna take it over to our camera. I'll stick it in there at the top and then push it down so it clicks in there. And then we're gonna open up the HDMI port here on the side, and we will stick in our HDMI cable that's wrapped around the tripod. Then we're gonna open up our display screen. So that's on the side here. Flip it out and put it at the angle that you want. And then we will open up our lens, and you'll wanna come over here and make sure that the camera's turned on at this little switch. And then it should be all set. It'll turn on and you can adjust it with these levers and doodads that are here on the side, and then it's ready for you. Now that this camera's set up, I am just going to move this cord so that it's flattened out and it's not in the way or a tripping hazard for anybody. And then I'm going to head back to the media desk once I've taken care of that. Here you'll notice that we have one camera left to turn on, and that's going to be these two cords that I kind of ignored earlier. It's the black and the blue, and they have the little Ethernet endings, and they're just going to go in these two spots on this white panel. These Ethernet cables will basically turn on our PTZ camera that is up on the scaffolding. It'll take a minute, but that's going to turn on our camera over here. You'll see this little switchboard turning on with the blue world map on the screen, and then it's going to pop up and it'll say host and have the IP address, and then you can hit camera 1 to kind of wake it up and click on the preset that you want, or you can just adjust it with the joystick. Now all of our cameras should be set up, and we're going to deal with the Boxcast box. So this Boxcast box should already have the power cord attached to it. If not, please attach that. And we're just going to slip it in this little slot here. We'll take our HDMI cord, this black one, and make sure that gets plugged into the Boxcast. And then when that is plugged in, we will take our power cord, and we're going to find this little extension cord that's hiding under this carpet and amid this mess of cords. And you're going to attach those two. You'll definitely know when you've got it plugged in because the Boxcast box makes a lot of noise when it's starting up. So you'll definitely know it's turning on, and then you'll find your Ethernet cord, which is also hiding among the mess of cords there, and you'll plug that in. There should be 3 things plugged into the Boxcast box. It should be the power strip, the HDMI cord, and the Ethernet cord. And it'll take a while to just turn on, but just give it its time and be patient, and it'll get there. It should be pretty much ready to go for service, so you shouldn't really need to worry about anything. You can see that we've got our media displayed currently on there, so I'm just going to switch it to our camera here on the switchboard using the auto method to fade it so it's not like a harsh cut, and then it'll look ready to go for service. And there you go, we have all of the main media stuff set up there. Now we have one last little thing to do. So going back to our computer, we're going to open up a Google Chrome browser. So you're going to click on my face here. That should be the tab that will get you to all of the links that you need. And we're going to open Boxcast. It's usually in the top menu for the favorites, or it'll be one of these little options in the middle of your screen. And while that's loading, we'll go to Spotify as well. So Boxcast and Spotify should both be opening. And then the password and username should already be in there. And you'll hit login. And then you'll want to just wait. We just need that open for the end of service so we can end the broadcast after the service has completed. So for Spotify, you're just going to pick a playlist that's upbeat and sets a good tone for service. We've currently got a Grace Sermon Series playlist that we're using for our sermon series, but you can use any kind of not chill worship playlist, or we have a pre-contemporary service playlist. Just make sure that the shuffle button and the repeat button are both green so that you know that it's not going to play anything that's outside of our chosen playlists. I like to control the volume here on the Spotify browser, so when you're ready to start service, you'll just pull that all the way down, and then you can click on our little countdown timer about 4 minutes before service, so like 10:26 is a good time. And then you pause Spotify and you should be all set for service. Thank you so much for serving on the media team. We could not do this without you.